Welcome everyone to the breakdown here for the Dorito side of the EPL Filthy Open. If you're coming from the Snake side, welcome. If you're going to look at the Dorito side first and then look at the Snake side, by all means, just make sure that you're going and looking at both sides of the field because we are literally just cutting this right down the middle. On the Snake side one, we just looked at the middle looking at the Snake side, and then this one will be looking at the Dorito side, of course. But yeah, definitely a lot of craziness and fitting for sure for the Filthy Open title. Especially, look, we got a car wash. You can't go wrong with that. So without further ado, let's look at the Snake side. Dorito side. Well, we're going to look at the Snake to see the cross shots. So on the Snake layout breakdown, the other video that is, we saw that there are some shots that you have going into people trying to go wide. It wouldn't be bad to have someone shooting that way, and also we already saw about people floating here, and then you have options of filtering out as needed. The big issue is going to be people floating here and going out to this can to shoot into this particular area. So it's going to make it really, really tough to get out and get there alive. I feel like what you're going to see a lot of is people coming up to like this brick and then going across, or trying to go out to the Aztec and then going up, because going out past that, it's not necessarily going to be easy, especially because they have time to even like adjust their shot. So yeah, so without going too in depth, want to look here at some of the other shots. So let's see, heads up. So I bet you if you shot off this brick, it might be enough, depending on where you're at. Go and try this. Make sure that you're testing this out. See if the bounce shot comes off enough into the tower that it at least puts them in enough that you're able to break out. Because you can't shoot at your mirror. The pin blocks it. You have the car wash there. So you can shoot this gap, but I feel like you might be able to bounce it off here, and it's either going to come in enough that it kind of freaks him out, or maybe it does work really well. But something that we saw, though, was looking snake side, by the way, from this this tower. I keep wanting to say back center, but it's back off center. You can't really do a whole lot to help out the snake. This would mainly be like you're delaying here and then coming out to then go heads up and go to work this way. So let's see as we come out. Okay, so this is where your safe zone, you have a lot of area that you can play with. So a lot of this here, like literally all of this area, that's a really bad square, but all of that area seems like a pretty safe bet in terms of making it out alive, because as I'm filling out, unless someone has a perfect shot and is Speedy Gonzalez going out to the snake corner, this gap, no one can really shoot. The caveat to that would be if the car wash is getting kind of blown, there might be some shots that can come through, but you're depending on a lot for that. So yes, keep an eye up and downfield, as you should anyway, but when you're coming out to here, it's relatively safe is what it looks like. So let's look first at the brick, and then I'll go out to the Aztec. So coming up, I don't see a whole bunch there to worry about. Well, the snake side. So this was something that we did see on the snake side. That if someone was coming to the brick, they are able to shoot into this channel, but the issue is that someone could technically hop the beam and crawl down, and you would have no idea. So this, I feel like, is kind of a last resort to have this guy switch. You might be able to bounce it off here to go to the outside of the other inner snake 3, but I'm not too confident about this guy doing a whole lot on the snake side. Now the Dorito side, you can do a lot more here. You have this gap, the outside here. There might be a little bit of a bounce that comes off the Dorito from your mirror or from the Aztec to try to hit off here that maybe skips in a little bit, but you have a lot of chances to be able to roll off into these gaps. So this isn't a terrible bunker to help out with the Dorito side. The secondary out is what's going to be really tough because you're having to run through this like no man's land, and you have other people that could be in front of you. So if you have eliminated those guys, then yes, you can kind of look at this gap, and we'll come back around to it as we go down the Dorito side. But like this can is able to shoot it if someone is still there. You have someone in the wedge can shoot this, but if they're heads up, it's going to make it a lot more difficult. So it's going to be a very reactive, I think, Dorito side here. But that is a pretty big run. So if you do have kind of a two-man operation here, maybe that person is there to help with that. Let's go out to this Aztec. Is there anything? No, there's nothing snake side. I would use this as like a transition. So yes, like we saw, you can shoot back at the brick. Might be able to skip it off here to go a little bit into there, but I think it's going to probably be bouncing more into that zone than into that player. You might be able to shoot actually off the tower. That might be too far away. That's just one to try, whether it be the brick or the tower to go into the can. But you can't really do anything to stop the Dorito side. They can basically crawl all the way down and block you out here. So you would definitely want to have someone either in the brick or in that snake side wedge or can shooting this way, just to keep an eye on the Dorito side progression. As we're filling out, you can see what I mean about those floaters there. Those guys that can just sit. I mean, look how big this gap is. So if they can read what you guys are doing, it's going to make it difficult to get out here alive. Is it impossible? No, because if you have it where you're running really deep on one and then you run the shallow going into the Dorito one, I feel like it's possible. It's just the issue is that they kind of have time to adjust. So they can then adjust to where they want to go to kind of slow you down. But that's also why we go practice, right? Try to see what you can get away with. But getting out here, see, this one's a little bit better to shoot back at the brick. And actually, this one would probably work better if you shoot maybe about here, that it would skip across into the brick there. Down the wire, you can help, but they can make moves inside. So I don't like this to support the Dorito. I would use this as a way to get up the Dorito side, because now I have it where I can get low and be sort of safe from the Aztec. I mean, yes, they can shoot through here, but if I get low and dive up, I should be okay. I have the inside route with the exception of someone in the middle, but I do have the inside route here where I can kind of go and do at least something. Let's come up to this Dorito now. Okay. So if we come around here, so that wedge and the can are definitely going to be issues. The brick, you might want to have someone in that brick or at least in that can or wedge shooting this way. I have an opinion on what might happen this way. I want to look at everything first before I kind of voice that. Okay, let's look, though, at can they even do anything here? So they can't really do a whole lot from this Dorito. Yes, they can shoot back at some people, but it's not like you have any free kind of eliminations. Coming to this little Dorito, it gets better. And what I like, too, is if there is someone in that can, could you? Oh, no, it's going to be really tough. It's not impossible. If you kind of lay down and then crawl up, you could come up into here if you wanted to. But, putting pressure in on that player, that can for sure is going to be an issue for people. The brick as well, being able to shoot through that gap. Let's look at this Dorito again, because I know we were looking at the brick before. Yeah, you can't really do anything snake side. Yeah, I mean, if you use this as an alternate to get across, then sure, but I almost wonder if there's no one else in front of you and you are in the brick making the dive out to here would be good, because then now you can help slow down the anyone filling back out this way, and then you're able to wrap on the can the Aztec and wrap on those guys. Of course, being mindful of people that might be in the middle or in this inner snake too. I mean, there is a blind shot from the snake corner, but I don't know that I'd be too worried about that one. If they pick the right time to shoot and they get you, then kudos, because that was just good spidey sense. So as we're coming out to here, though, you're going to want to have some smart players on this Dorito side that are good gunfighters, because it's not going to be easy to make big moves because of those guys that can shoot those crosses. If there aren't people shooting these crosses, then yes, for sure, this Dorito can go to work, because I think you're going to have 2 or 3 at least in the snake. Just the way that the snake was looking. So if you haven't checked it out, be sure you go over there and check it out. But as we are coming across here, I mean, if they're still crawling, like, you could basically get to their side and then just start picking up bodies behind them and then take off. But I kind of feel like the first punch is going to be on that snake side. Let's look at this middle again real quick, though. So get down to here. This isn't terrible. I just feel like there's going to be someone that can bounce it off this pin into you. I'm not sure exactly who that'll be. Probably the Dorito 1 can wrap and bounce off to here. If they aren't there yet, though, being here and shooting this gap wouldn't be the end of the world. And it would be kind of tough for people to come through and come get you. So, I mean, this might be beneficial. The issue is that if they get into your snake, you're kind of just a sitting duck. But yeah, what about this pin? I mean, this would be not a bad spot. It's just sketchy, because, like, if they do get wider, let's say you miss the shot or it bounces or something, then yeah, you're gonna have some problems. I guess you could always back up and go back into here, but yeah, playing out of a pin is never going to be fun. Yeah, I mean, I feel like some of the options that you would have, I really like having it where you have a player. Whoops, come on, there we go. Into there that can then shoot through, the different gaps that they're able to see. I mean, look, they can shoot through here, able to see through here. So even if someone makes the move out, they're able to kind of roll off and shoot that way. They can't really help the snake side a whole lot, because, I mean, they can shoot that gap from the brick. But yeah, as for the person that's diving out, like I said, them taking the deep route and going up, the issue is like this zone through here is going to be kind of your danger zone. Same thing with, like, here. So it's not impossible, because the person that's going to be shooting you that's in that zone back there and, in that area, they have to pick the right spot to shoot. And you can use this brick as a way to, even if you did kind of like a broken arrow kind of thing where you came across and then dove right across into there. I guess technically you could try to come across and go straight in. But I still feel like you can be aggressive on this Dorito side. I don't think that's going to be impossible. I just think that the snake is where that first punch for sure is happening, because you're going to have to flood 2 or 3 that way. If not, having it where you have a guy that comes here and then you almost put 4 snake side, because then this guy can then help switch and shoot over, and then this player can then dive across. Or if you sent someone wide, you have someone else that can do the same job on the snake side as this brick player. So maybe you send someone into this that's a bad X into this Aztec to then fight their way in, or if you want to take the risk of them diving out, because this guy can shoot the gap, someone here can shoot the gap, someone here can shoot these gaps. I mean, you can see a lot of people can shoot into these Dorito sides. So if you do take a risk and they happen to get shot, it seems like snake is relatively easier. It's never 100% easy, but, like, like we saw on the snake side, coming across and going into this inner snake is for sure, like, there's no reason for you not to be able to make that. Yeah, I mean, tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. It's definitely a good one. Like, you guys are gonna have fun with this one for sure. Especially, I mean, there's a car wash. Like, go screw around, have some fun. So definitely fitting for the Filthy Open. Good luck to those that are competing in the EPL. And yeah, put in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Do you think that it's going to be a punch counter punch with the snake side being the first punch, or do you think it's going to be from the Dorito side? Put it in the comments down below. And if you want to share stuff, I know people are going to go try things. You know, if we want to say a certain bounce shot worked or not, then sure. If you don't, I totally get it. Oh wait, is that? Oh, I might have just found one while I was talking about bounce shots. Would this be possible? Okay. This one, you guys should definitely go and try. I don't know if it's 100% going to work, but the angle looks like it might just work. Let me go back so I can get everything in view. All right. If you shoot right over the top from this tower, you're shooting inside, right over the top of this pin and hit here, I think it'll skip over into that Aztec. Just something to consider. So if maybe you watched through to the very, very end and you caught that one. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking. Thank you again to the EPL. Good luck to those in the Filthy Open, and I'll see you in the next one.